Hello, everybody. This is Kim with Kim's Creations and Card Ministries coming to you on a pre recorded video. Today is February the 26th, 2026. It's in the afternoon. I'm in upstate South Carolina. I'm eagerly awaiting the time change. And I'm eagerly awaiting for us to have spring weather. I'm so tired of the cold and the yuck. And today it's raining. It's not terribly cold today, but it feels cold because it's raining. Yesterday, though, definitely was raining and cold. Today, I'm trying to do some stuff, just use some things that's on my desk. And I've just got a few show and tell things. Did I bring some of them in here? Might have left something in the hall. Hang on, let me run and get it. So, I've been working really hard trying to clean things out, clean up my scrap room, craft room. I'm selling a lot of stamp sets and die sets. So if there's something that you're looking for, I'll probably be posting them on my Facebook page, Kim's Creations, Kim with a K, apostrophe S, Creations with a K, the @ sign, Card Ministry. I'll be posting the items I'm selling there. And let me see if this stamp set's still on. And I have a bunch of my stamp sets. I have die sets. I've got standalone dies. I have stamp sets that don't have dies with them. I've got the whole gamut of things. The stamp sets that don't have dies with them, I would be selling those $9 each, or 2 for $15. That's the plan. I'm trying to pull up Stampin' Up website right now and see what's changed from when I looked the other day. So here we go. This joining special is going to be running out. Let's see. Ended up clicking on the wrong thing. So I'm on my old iPad here. So join today. Let's see what it says. So this is the you get $125 of product for $99. So you pay $99. You don't pay any shipping cost. And in addition to the $125 of products, you will get the positioning tool. There's a little bit of a picture of it right here, and I apologize, I have not had a chance to start to use that yet. I'm hoping to use it. I got this cute stamp set, and I'm hoping to use it for that, so I can like stamp a bunch of these and cut them out. Because did I get the die? Well, I might not. Did I get the die cut for that? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. But also this one, and I did get the dies for that. So I could like stamp a bunch of either one of those bunnies. We'll go ahead and cut a bunch of them and then lay them in this positioner and then just stamp them over and over again that are already cut out. And then I don't have to worry about trying to line them up. But what I wanted to look for while I was here is this stamp set right here. Let's see. What's the number? 165 605. Return. Okay, so that's this stamp set right here. It's on the last chance. I haven't even used it yet, y'all, but I'm going to use it. It's on the last chance, y'all. It's $8. It is $8 right now. They're still available. So I'll try to do a video using this week. I'll try. I can't promise y'all. Life has just been crazy this year. I think I've If you look at some of my previous videos, I think I've mentioned some of it. But I just wanted to point out that this stamp set is on the last chance list. To find this, let me show you how to find it. Let's go. So you're on, when you log in to the page and you go to the Stampin' Up homepage, click on the little 3 lines right there and click on specials. If you click on specials, it brings you any kind of specials that are going on, and then last chance products. So you can click right there on the last chance products, and all of the items that are last chance will come up. Some of them are marked down, but just because they're on last chance, like for instance, this right here, this outdoor adventure and the stamp set that goes with it, they're on last chance. Actually, they did mark down the dies. At one point, they were the same price. So just, let's see, do any of the last chance, like for instance, see, some of these have not been marked down. Oh, hello, Ivy. There she goes. So just because they're last chance do not mean they've been marked down, okay? The little squirrel's been marked down, the little squirrel punch. And I like punches. I didn't get that one, and I'm probably still not going to get it. Ivy, could you? Yeah, thank you. Do I need to move your box again? So she usually likes to lay in a box, and I keep one on my desk for her. I did have it on the other side, but she kept wanting to go over here to look out the window, so I moved it. We will see how she gets settled or not. Now she's going back out of the room. So, all right, anyway, that's part of my share. The other thing I wanted to share, let's see if I can find it. Okay, this stamp right here. All right, so this stamp set, Fabulous Sayings, I think this was one you got for $5 when you spent $75. The only reason I'm showing you this, though, I don't know if any of you have seen the new packaging for the stamp sets. So they're not this DVD or CD cover or DVD cover style anymore. They are about the same width, just the new packaging is a tiny bit wider, not a lot wider. It's maybe a 1/2 inch tops on the width. But they are taller a good bit. Like, let's see, how much is that? It's about 1.5 inches taller. So my cute little shelf that I got from IKEA doesn't hold them anymore unless they're at a slant. I can put them in there in a slant, but they're not fitting straight up and down like these cases did. So that part I'm disappointed about. I will show you the part that I love. And I'm going to pull out this die cut to show you. So this is a set of dies. So the old dies, some of them would be this size, some of them would be like longer this way, and I mean, they were all different sizes. My understanding is they're all going to be this size, okay? The same as the stamp sets, all right? But here, this is what I love, because the old die cuts, the way the thing was and the way you had to stick this in there, it was hard to do, and it was like if you had your dies on the outside, they were getting stuck and you couldn't get that flap in there. This flap was like, thank you for fixing that. So there is that. And also what I'd want to show you is on these, they would put, you know, the picture here, so that what I would do is when I would take them off the sheet and use them, I would just put mine directly on the box, and I'd know where they'd go, and I can tell if I'm missing anything or not. Well, they did not include a picture inside this package anywhere. And I'm saying for the stamps, okay? But I'll show you what I did for that. But anyway, so the die cuts are going to go. They're going to fit. And if you decide you want them on the outside, yeah, you might have a little issue with tape sticking. I think they're getting magnet sleeves too, possibly. I don't know. Don't. But look, y'all, this is so much easier now to go in to the pockets. They were so much harder. I don't know if I have one handy or not. I've been going through mine because I'm downsizing, and so I don't know where mine are, but they do this. Now, I still need to come up with a solution so I know where to put them back when I take them out. I haven't done that yet, but for the stamps though. So here we've got the stamp set. You open up, there's nothing printed here. So what I did was I just peeled off this entire sheet. This is the loose piece, and so the stamp side is here, and they're attached on the thicker piece. Forgot what you call that. And I just took that whole piece and I stamped it up, inked it up, and I put it on and I laid the whole thing down on a piece of cardstock, and and there it is, so that when I go to put them back, I can say, oh, that one went there, so I can still see where they all go. So that's a little bit more effort on my part. I'm hoping they'll get the message and go ahead and start putting them on here for us at some point. But in the meantime, if they don't, I can do this. And that also gets me using them one time, because a lot of times they don't stamp until you've stamped them once or twice. They don't stamp as well. And that gets that once or twice stamping out of the way. But anyway, and forces you to open your packages and make sure they're all okay before and not wait for 2 years when it's too late to do anything about it. But anyway, so I wanted to share that little tip with you. This is on sale. The Easter things are adorable, and I'm hoping to start stamping some things with that and with Cutest Crew to share with you. Let me put those back over here. I had some other stuff I was going to share. Oh, so I was collaging. I did some collages. I think I posted the video. I did just post the video for one of these this morning. So I'd already posted this one, and I'm going to do more to it, but I did trim down the edges now. So, and it's just on a piece of cardstock. You can just do this on a piece of copy paper, but I might be using these as covers, and they'll make my covers more sturdy if I use an envelope for a cover of a journal. And I think one of these I did on video and one of them I didn't, and I don't remember which is which, but I have this one that's finished. Typically this is my preferred collage, but I'm like, I had all these scraps on my desk and I needed to use them, so I did this one and I did this one. So just a little bit of show and tell there that I wanted to share with you. And again, my goal has now been to try to use up stuff on my desk, scraps or whatever it might be. I'm going to move this. I'll try to bring it back, remember to bring it back at the end. Excuse me, I was cold and I went and got me some hot cocoa, so now I'm trying to drink it. All right, so what I'm doing now, okay, this is, I'm pretty sure this little tiny punch has expired, but you could, this little project I'm working on right now, you could just trim off tiny little pieces. So what I'm doing is I'm using book page. So y'all, I have so many boxes in this room that has just stuff in it where I've just thrown stuff in it. So I'm going through the boxes. So these were some things. This is something, some book pages I had pulled out. And most of it was with, where I had used them to collage and they were leftover pieces and stuff. But I had a few big pieces. So like, I went through the leftover strips and the ones that I thought were not usable, I did put in the trash can. I did save some of the strips, I will say that, but not all of them. But what I did, so if you have a little tiny rectangle punch, you can use the punch. I punched like 2 pages at a time, and I'm punching the edges because I usually tear those off when I do something with my book pages. I usually want to print, so I'm just punching, and then I still have the rest of this left over to do something else with. So where was the one I did? I don't know where the page was that I already did that with. Oh, because I was going to use it today with the left. Oh, it's back here. Hang on. It's back here. So I had used the edges of this paper, and now I've got this to do something else with. So I will be doing that in a little bit. All right, so I punched them, but what you could do, you could tear, use a paper trimmer, use your scissors, whatever. Hey baby, I need you to not be right here. You could do it this way. Can you move? You could tear, or like I said, you could use a paper trimmer. Right now I'm just tearing. And instead of punching these, you could get your scissors or a paper trimmer if you want them, you know, a little bit more even, which I do. I get my trimmer now. I should have just used my trimmer to begin with. Am I videoing? I am. I started to think I might not even press play. Okay, so these little pieces I'm using are right out a 1/2 inch. So that's cool. So I could just go right here and go 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Whoops, come back. 1/2 inch. And we'll just cut about 5 of these. And I'll show you what I'm doing. 3, 4. I actually like that size. It's about a 1 inch strip. It's not perfect as it gets down here. I think this is in the camera. As it gets down here, you can see it's not 100% straight. But they, you know, when you're cutting them into small pieces, you're not going to notice it as much. But this is a 1 inch strip. Okay, so I cut out 5 of those. I think this piece is larger than 1 inch. Now stuff just went flying everywhere. Yes, so this is perfect. This is like 1 1/4. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue here. I'm going to put glue on the 5s of these. Now you could use the Tombow glue, you can use art glitter glue, you can use glue stick. I mean, for this, it's going to hold, it doesn't matter. I just have my art glitter glue handy. I should technically be using my glue stick. I had to buy a new glue stick because the 2 that I had on my desk were down to the bottoms. I think y'all saw that on my last collage project. I barely had enough glue to get through the project. And anyway, and then I went and bought some glue sticks, and then I came home, and since I'm cleaning things up, I found some glue sticks. Now I hadn't checked them to see how well they work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave the tiniest edge, and so and just going to glue these down like so. I'm going to leave enough space to cut them and still have a little bit edge on both sides. So that gives me a tiny corner. So I saw somebody, I think it's Margaret. She's in the Netherlands, I believe. Yeah, I believe she's in the Netherlands. She has a bunch of these little tiny tag things. And I can't remember who she said she got them from, but she either bought them or was gifted them from another creator. And I think they might be stickers. I'm not sure, but I'm like, hey, I can make something like that with my leftover material. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to bring back my paper trimmer here. And actually, the way I've got my desk laid out at the moment, I can get most of my paper trimmer in the view here, which is really cool for a change. So I'm going to just trim these, and I'm going to try to trim the tiniest piece. I might be asking for trouble because my trimmer is not real, I need new blades. Oh, and I think Stampin' Up blades prices are going to go up on those. They sent out a big updated list the other day of stuff, and I haven't really, I just glanced over the email they sent, but I do remember, and I need these. I might try to go ahead and get them before the price goes up. I was wanting to wait till March to order again. I need a little bit more orders in for the quarter to keep my status so that I can get my discount. I don't sell a lot of product. I mean, I wish I did sell more. I could certainly use any income I might generate, but usually it's not really helping me income-wise. It's just helping me meet my quota so that I can continue to get my discount and support my hobby, which is basically what this is, because I donate so many of the items that I make. I donate my cards, I give away journals, and I put stuff in baskets at fundraisers to, you know, for raising money or whatever. I say, here, you can put these in your gift basket and give them away. So I do a lot of that, but don't really make money off of anything. So if I can get people buying and using me as their demonstrator from Stampin' Up, then it just helps me have enough that I can keep getting my discount and stay active as a Stampin' Up person. I did not cut these that great, but you know what? They're okay because they're going to be in junk journals, and I don't. I'm not a perfectionist. I am and I'm not. So there's certain things, you know, that I want to be right. So for instance, when I do my junk journal, I want it to be complete. I want it to look good. But sometimes looking good and having something just a little off kilter is okay. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the borders on those not being exact because of the way I'm using it. Now, if I were putting this on a card and sending it to somebody, that's a little different. I want my stuff to be more precise. Now, are they going to be perfect? No. Stuff I send on a card is not perfect either. But I do try to make them a little more precise. So this is one way, if you don't have a tiny punch, a one way that you can make your own little mini labels. Okay, now I had already done some, and this just gets the ragged edges off, and like I said, with my trimmer being a lot, needing a new blade, so I had already glued some of my little ones that I had punched out. I glued some on the black and some on the blue here. Again, I need to try to see if I can trim this down just the tiniest bit. I got that and didn't get it crooked. It's not too bad. And it's probably about where I want it to be as well. So I can cut these off. And so that's what these are looking like. I'm going to have to, now it's kind of hard to lay them out with the exact space in between. So that's kind of requiring more than one cut. Because I don't want my, and I made that one maybe a little lot less, but still, I was still going to have to cut off this edge because it's much wider than I want it to be. Okay. Now, I don't know, I really don't know how large hers were. The ones she has might be tinier than these. But, you know, I'm okay with these. These are good little size. And I probably have some little tiny stamps that will work with them. They may or may not be Stampin' Up stamps. Most of my stamps are Stampin' Up stamps. But I do have a handful that I use that are not. But I'm going to say I do love Stampin' Up products. They are good quality products. There's only been a couple of times where I've not been happy with a Stampin' Up product, and it's been very rare. I'm really, especially like their cardstock. I just can't buy it anywhere else for the quality, and I'm not, when I'm making cards and sending them like basically as a gift to somebody, I do not like, now that I'm using Stampin' Up, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't buy that stuff at Michael's anymore. It's just not the same quality. So I want to be able to continue to buy the higher quality paper. Their designer papers are good quality. The thickness of them is great. Now sometimes when you're doing things like journals, you might want thinner papers. And who knows? I mean, I may start buying some of the thinner papers. So there's some black ones, and let me do a couple of these blue ones now. I think this was Night of Navy on my blue. I'm not 100% sure. There's one. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to shave all of these a little bit with the that one was really bad. Well, it actually ended up not looking that bad. Yeah, so what, the 1st is Sunday. So I think whenever the $5 monthly product comes out, depending on whether or not I like it or not, and they might show us what it is ahead of time, I may wait till that becomes available and just place a minimum order, so, which is all I really need. I only need about $40 to get to meet my quarterly goal. So if I really want that, whatever their $5 product of the month is, if I really want that, then I'll spend $75. If not, I'll just spend $40. I think I have one thing sitting in my wish list that I want. Maybe that, and then I need my blades. So I think buying my blades in the one item will meet my membership goals, so that I can keep my discount. So I'll just have to see on that, and then I can get may or may not be getting that other thing. And I'm also, and actually probably can get by without ordering that much. That one's not going to work. I'm going to have to use my scissors. See how it's all crinkled. This one's not going to turn out. I forgot, I am ordering the March paper pumpkin, y'all. The March paper pumpkin looks like it's going to be really pretty springtime paper pumpkin. And the March kit comes with an extra set of stamps. I'm not going to keep this one. I'm going to throw it away. Okay. Comes with an extra set of stamps. So, and they're usually a really pretty stamp set. And also, the paper pumpkin stamp sets are really nice. I like them. All right, so here I've got a bunch of little mini tags that I can use on a project. So I'm going to set these over here to the side for a minute. And that's why I pulled out all these scraps, because I want to put some with different colors on the backs. So I went through my scrapbook box, one of my scrap boxes. I have more. I went through and pulled out some different colors. So I'm going to make me some more of these little tiny labels and use these for that. Okay. So I'm going to set all that over here to the side for now. Now the other thing I did, because I want to make some larger labels to use in my junk journals. So I found some kind of neutral cardstock. Designer paper, and I don't know if this is still current or not. It was current in December, because that's what I wrote on my notes. This was what the full sheet of paper looks like, and this was on the back. And I guess I could pull out my iPad and check this one too. Come here. Let's see. It is called. Yeah, so as of December the 6th, it was still current. Let me pull it up on my iPad. Everyday Happiness. Where are you? Okay. why I did that. Because somebody had sent me a text message. That's why I did that. Okay. Let's put that number in. What is that number? 166. Come on. 166. It's a glare. 632. 632. Okay, so it must no longer be available, which is even better because I'm trying to use up my old papers on stuff like what I'm doing right here. But I have a whole nother pack of that. So this might go into my for sale bin, the one that I haven't opened. Because like I said, I'm pulling a lot of stuff and trying to sell it. All right, so I cut that up into strips. These are 3 by 1.5. If you wanted larger ones, you would do like 4 by 2. You could do 4 by 2 tags or labels. I think this size is like a label. If you go more 4 by 2, you're talking more like, okay, that's now a tag and not a label. That to me is too big to be a tag. You could make this a smaller label, so instead of 3, you could make it 2.5 by 1.25 would be the appropriate. If you wanted to do it a little bit smaller, you could do a smaller tag, 2.5 by 1.25. Or if you have tag punches, you can punch them. Or if you have tag stamps, you can stamp them and then fussy cut them, or use a die cut if you have them. So, but I just want to make my own, and so that's what this project is about. So this is going to be the background of my tag. But now I want to put another piece inside of this, okay? And so I'm going to look for some papers to do that, and then I'm going to decorate those. So that's what I'm working on now, but I haven't had a chance to pick papers yet, so I'm not going to have you wait for me to pick up papers, but you know what I'm working on in this project. So I was going to set that aside, and then I'll show you another project that I'm using scraps. So yeah, so which we will do. Actually, I might need some of this paper. Let me just move this over here, because I might need some of my book page. So I was trying to use up some papers, and just some that's just been sitting on my desk forever. I'm like, okay, I'm going to use up these papers. And what I did, and again, I think I saw Margaret doing this, although there's been other paper people doing it, designer people doing this, and they're making this envelope with a pocket thing, okay? And what you need, and you could do this with smaller pieces, obviously, but 6 by 6, I had these 12 by 12 papers, so I can cut 4 6 by 6 squares out of my 12 by 12 paper. And then I kind of matched up what I wanted to use them together. So I'm using those two together, and these two together. And I'm using these two together. These, like I said, and these were just on my desk. They're not necessarily the ones I'd want to use, but I'm like, I'm not being picky. I'm using stuff on my desk. I'm using it. And I'm making these double-sided pockets, which these are not finished. Well, this one is, sort of. I haven't decorated it. I need to decorate it. So this one is together. So here's your pocket. You can open it up. It has space in here to put something. And then on the back, there's another pocket on the back. So, and it's using 2 6 by 6 pieces of paper. Again, you could probably use a smaller piece. You could use 8 by 8 if you have 8 by 8 scrapbook pads. Some people do. I don't think I do, so it's just easier for me to cut my pieces down. Although I might try a little 4 by 4 envelope and see how that works. But anyway, so here's how that works. I think I'm going to make, this is going to be my bottom on that side. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to fold this in half. And I want mine like this, so I'm going to fold it this way. You could fold it and have it so the lines are up and down, but I want mine this way, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm going to fold it like this. And I'm going to show y'all another little, I don't have my my big 12 by 12 scoreboard in here with me, which Stampin' Up sells one. Mine's not Stampin' Up because I had it before I started Stampin' Up. I didn't see a point in getting a new one. Mine's one of the Memory Makers 12 by 12 boards. And I don't have it in this room with me right at the moment. I said I've been cleaning house. I'm trying to get all the craft stuff in one room, but I've got so much stuff in here. I've got to sort through some of it and get rid of it before I start pulling more stuff in. All right, so you just cut that, you just fold that in half. That's it, okay? Now, this piece is going to be my envelope flap. And I want this to be here, okay? So I'm going to turn it over this way. I'm going to slide it down in here and even it up like so. And then I'm going to just have enough to where I can, like, I want to have a little bit left over up there, but I don't have to have a ton. I mean, I could bring it like really far and make it a very wide pocket that way. Or, you know, somewhere in between. I'm going to just kind of do it about right there. And you just want to try to do it, line it up with the edges as best you can there. And just fold it down. So I'm folding it down. And I'm using my bone folder to reinforce my fold. Because again, this is Stampin' Up paper and it's pretty thick, okay? So use that bone folder or if you've got some, I used to use I had big scissors and I would use the handle of my scissors as my bone folder before I got one. But they were like my big Fiskars. See, because these are coated with something and I don't think these work as good for that as the big ones. But anyway. All right, so this is it. I just have to glue it together if I want to put any on my edges, if I want to do any edging. And I did it on this, and then I'm like, you know, I don't really like it. I'm going to just leave on plain and crisp. Go ahead and get in your basket, baby. Get in your box, okay? Get in your box, please. Thank you, darling. Good girl. I wish I had something to put these in that they won't get mixed up with my other stuff, because I'm afraid she's going to knock everything over. She's about to knock my hot chocolate over. I did round my corners. Somebody showed me that you can use a circle punch to round corners. I have tiny circle punches, but they are not Stampin' Up punches. So let me see, how did they do this? So I think that's what they do. So they put it in, well, they're gonna punch out the whole thing though. No, I don't like, oh, I know what they were doing. They were doing this to make tickets. That's what they were doing, because it makes the curve go this way. So that was for tickets. So, but you can just round your corners. I have some contraband corner rounders here. That, again, I've had these. I've had this probably over probably 25 years. 25 years ago is probably when I got this corner rounder, just saying. So I want those rounded on the front. I think I kept mine, I kept mine straight on the back. You can round them if you want. I'm keeping mine straight. I do want to put a little slot here and a little slot here. And so I'm going to use this one that I bought because I don't have tinier hole circle punches from Stampin' Up. I only have really big ones, and I don't want to use a big one. I want to use a little one. So this one's I think a 1-inch circle. So I'm going to put it there. So that's for that one that goes on the inside. And then I need it on this side. And you know what would be really smart, y'all? Just to punch it one time right there. And I didn't do that. I will do that on the next go, though. I just realized that it's the same piece that I'm punching the slot in. Why not just do it one time and get both sides? I'm pretty sure the punch will go through two. It might be harder to go through 2 cardstocks, but I'm pretty sure it'll go through 2 of these. All right, so again, this is what it's going to be. All right, so here's how I glued it. We're going to glue this edge, and we're going to glue this edge. Okay? Let me get my little, I think Stampin' Up! Still sells these. I hope they do. Like I said, I've been so out of the loop for at least the last year, probably longer than that, about this time last year. Oh, did I corner around inside? I did not. Okay. That's what I couldn't remember. So some people were corner around. So if you corner around in the inside, you just got to be conscious of where you're putting your glue. I want to get glue on those because I'm a glue mess person. I make messes. Just putting that out there. All right, now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to line it up as best I can and start sliding it. You have a little bit of time to work with the art glitter glue. So I got it slid in there, and then I can fold it up and glue her down. So yeah, see, I had some glue coming out the edge over there. Let's see how this edge does. Not too bad, because I'm bad about it getting really, if I put too much close to the edge, and then that happens. Now, if you don't like this inside, you can tuck something in there when you're decorating it to tone that down a little bit. And I might when I decorate. I don't know if I will or not. But there is that envelope. I think I made that one a little wider than this one, just a hair, just a little tiny bit, maybe not even a 1/4 inch difference. But yeah, I made this one just a little bit wider than that one was. And let me do one more thing, because I want to show you this little tip that you can use the paper trimmer, or you can use oh, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Or you can use your if you have a 12x12 scoreboard, which is probably a little bit easier to use the 12x12 scoreboard. So now this time I'm gonna fold my paper differently. This time I'm gonna fold it this way, okay? But actually I'm gonna fold it, I think, this way. I'm gonna fold it this way, okay? For my pockets. And what you do is you put this up here, hopefully I'm in screen, put it up at the corner, and I make sure it's closed in good too. Put it up in the corner, and you can put it on the corner of your scoreboard, and you fold your paper in like so, and do this, and then push down, and you got your fold. You got your piece folded, and it should be pretty even. And that might be a little faster if you're going to do a bunch than trying to just, you know, fold them. And but see, that's, I mean, it's a little tiniest bit off, but not a lot. It's really fine. All right, so we're going to do that. And then this time, these dots are going to be on top. I think that's what I was going to do anyway. So again, you're going to push this all the way down inside. Okay. And then we're going to fold this piece. I should do. I don't think I used my bone folder on this one. There we go. I got that all the way down in there. Make sure it's lined up good. My paper might have been a little bit off when I cut it, because it looks like it's sticking out a little bit. But I can fix that. I can cut off the edge if I want to. Then we're going to fold this over. I'm going to do it about right there. I mean, technically I could cut this thing in half, or I could cut it here and have a odd size pocket, or like I could do a 4-inch and a 2-inch if I wanted to cut it off, or I can just cut off the strip that might be just slightly not even. It's not even, I don't even think it's noticeable, y'all. I think I'm gonna not stress over it. All right, so again, let me use my bone folder though. Hey Sophie. Oh y'all, sun's coming out. Thank you, because I kind of wanted to run some errands. I don't know if I will or not. All right, this time I'll punch both of these at the same time. Yes. One punch. And I'm eyeballing the center. It may or may not be the center, y'all. I'm eyeballing it. Yep, and I can get two with the same. And again, we'll glue it. Get my little glue mat here. And I'll glue down this side. So you're gluing, put the glue on the edges of the side that's going to be your pockets. It's going to be your main pocket, and it's going to be the pocket in the back. So these, for your journals, you're not going to glue this inside your journal. This would be more like a tuck in or a clip in or something, or stick it into a side pocket or a corner pocket or something like that. Okay, so we've got this. We're going to stick this in, line it up on the sides, make sure you can fold it good. Pretty sure it's lined up good. Look. It seems to be. And then we can pull this piece up. And again, if it is off just the tiniest bit, I can run that thing through my trimmer, which I may do now, because it might look a little bit more off than I thought it was earlier. And see my glue seepage, y'all can see I had some glue seepage, but that's okay too. I don't think I rounded those little corners yet, but I can still do that as well. All right, so these two pockets, and I'll round these corners. Actually, I'm going to trim it. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll trim it once the glue dries. I'm just going to trim off a hair, and it should still be glued down with no problem. I don't think I need to trim this side at all. Okay. But then I've got a bunch of those I'm going to put together, and then I'm going to decorate them. Again, I'm going to use things on my desk. Let me see what my time's like. All right. And I will... so when I got through cutting this all these papers up that I had sitting on my desk, I mean literally all these were sitting on my desk, that's what they came from. Let me pull these over out of the way now. I had some leftover, like a leftover strip or two, a couple little strips and pieces. So I've got these. I have these pieces, which I might make cards out of these. Or they could be journaling cards to put inside of a journal, which is, yeah, I might actually just do that. Make journaling cards out of these. I cut up, I think, one piece of paper. One piece of 12 by 12 paper for that. And then I had a strip or two, and I cut these strips to make tags or bookmarks. So I had these pieces. And like, I decided to cut this. I'm gonna put this, was it on this one? Yeah, I think I'll just trim off the little excess piece for these. And then I thought I'd make a little booklet out of this piece. I got a couple pieces for bookmarks. I think these are bookmarks, these are tags. Probably more journaling cards. These will probably be belly bands inside, which this stamp set right here, these are what I was going to use these for, was the belly bands for these guys. thought I ordered that. And then, oh yeah, and little books. And then again, I mean, this could just be a little tag or something too. So that's a leftover piece, and I'm going to be decorating all these. But I don't have, I got to sort through and find my stuff I'm decorating with. So I'll come back later and do another video. I hope you all are doing well. I appreciate prayers for my daughter. She's going through cancer treatments right now. I really appreciate any prayers, and I would appreciate if you need any papers or cardstocks or stamps or die cuts. Consider shopping on Stampin' Up, and go into the search tool. You can find me as your demonstrator right here, Kimberly O'Brien, and I'll get credit for your purchases if you choose to do that. All right. Well, you all have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Likes, thumbs up, shares would help me out a lot as well. Hope y'all have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.